So I was exploring this abandoned munitions factory called Remington Arms. Remington produced a huge amount of the ammo used in World War I, and a bunch of people died there in all sorts of accidents. Anyway, me and my friends were walking around and we kept hearing whispers and seeing things out of the corners of our eyes, so we used a parabolic mic and tried to talk to whatever was there. One of the recordings the mic picked up was "Get out" in a creepy voice. So we kept exploring and ended up climbing up the 6-story shot tower that overlooked the city. The view was amazing up there. On the way down, I slipped off the ladder rung and started falling backwards. I felt something shove me hard back towards the ladder and I grabbed back onto it. My friends were at the bottom already and I looked and there was nothing behind me. If I fell, I definitely would have been seriously maimed or killed because there was jagged metal at the bottom. Also, when we looked at all the pictures we took, there were the green mist-like orbs in all of them.
One time I dropped a retractable baton in the middle of the night, at about 3 to 4 a.m., and was living in a townhouse at the time. I hate sharing walls, but I shared my bedroom wall with a neighbor. The walls were somewhat thin, especially in complete quiet. I also, across the hallway, had my roommate, my best friend, and his girlfriend. I was very nervous when I dropped the baton that I was being annoying. I was trying to close it, and it slipped from my hand. And when it fell, I couldn't find it after it slammed on the floor dead of night. I looked for about 20 minutes and said, find it eventually. I never found it. I even moved all the furniture out of the room and moved away. I believe it fell in the portal still to this day. I had a lot of more paranormal type things happen in that bedroom as well.
One time a few friends and I were house-sitting for one of their family friends. We showed up, and it was a nice apartment with stairs right next to the front door, and I quickly noticed a cute black cat sitting on the steps just watching us. We went through the house just admiring, and I played with the cat a little. Soon we came back downstairs and had some pizza ready, some drinks, and we were going to put a movie on. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a small black figure move behind the couch clear as day. I followed to go say hi to the cat once more, and as I kneeled behind the couch and didn't see anything, I quickly looked up to my then-girlfriend with a slightly worried look, and she had the same look on her face. As I'm about to get up, the real cat jumped down the stairs on the other side of the room. Immediately my heart started pounding, and my ex took my hand and we got out of there. We told our friends, and nobody stayed in the apartment that night. I saw that black orb figure, and I think about it quite often.
They've since torn it down, but there used to be an abandoned hospital downtown that my friends and I would sneak into and explore. We had to crawl under a gate into an underground ER entrance. It was super spooky. Pitch black, no windows until you climb stairs to higher floors. One time I went with my ex. Using only my phone as a flashlight at 60% battery upon entrance, he was without a phone. After only maybe 10 minutes max of us walking deeper and deeper into the bottom level, my phone suddenly warned me it was at 10%, then 1% battery. We started panicking, as that was our only light source, and sprinted to find our way back to the ER dock entrance. My phone died the second we got to it and saw streetlights. Got to my car, plugged in my phone, and it turned on at 60%.
So, about 30 years ago, my husband and I were on a very small island, Hornby Island, for vacation. This remote, small island community is home to artists, retired professionals, small business owners, remote workers, and young families. There was currently perhaps a dozen named roads. We were driving from the Thatch, a small pub, the only pub on the island. It was a bright summer day. We couldn't help but comment how everything looked unreal, everything in bloom, the colors so vivid and the green so bright and lush. Then this man dressed in perfectly white, holding an infant, also draped in a white dress, suddenly appears from an incredible large bush. He steps out, followed by a woman all dressed in white. He held up the baby and faced the baby to the sun, and the woman smiled and reached up and touched the child gently on the feet. They looked at us directly in the eye, with wide smiles, uncanny but not unsettling, as we passed by. We both still talk about that day.
I'm not sure this is much of a story, but I am interested in old, interesting buildings more than the paranormal. What that means in practice is that I end up in places that are haunted, but I am not really there for that aspect specifically, which is to qualify this next statement. I toured Western State Hospital or Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. I've been there a few times. Once we were walking in the old hospital building on the back of the structure, and me and my friend saw a door swing open entirely by its own. We were not there for the paranormal, but we got it anyway. I can't readily explain how it happened. This thing swung with force with zero wind, and no wires I checked, and a pressure drop strong enough to do that would be noticeable. I still to this day have no idea how it happened.